Do you need some quick and easy dinner ideas that are not going to heat up your kitchen or crush your budget? Well, I've got 6 no-oven meals that you can make for under $60, and they're all simple, family friendly, and full of flavor. Yes, the 6 dinner meal plans are back. Yay! Okay, let's look and see what's on the meal plan this week. Here is our meal plan. As you can see, we've got a few different protein options. We're going to use Canadian bacon, chorizo, some ground turkey, as well as some basic chicken breasts, like the skinless, boneless family pack style. So what's most important is let's look at our grocery list. Here is our grocery list. I think it's about 29 items, and I've made sure that we've included everything in this meal plan that you are going to need and on the grocery list. The only thing that we are not including is whatever your preferred cooking oil is and your favorite seasonings, because that can change based on family and preference. Now, there are a lot of basics on here, and we are going to do some cheater type meals. And what I mean by that is we're going to utilize some instant mashed potatoes and some instant stuffing mix because we are really focused on quick, simple, and easy this week. Now, our total came out to $54.33, and these prices are from the Super Walmart in King, North Carolina. I have 2 links down below. One is to my Walmart grocery list. You can click on that and you can change the zip code to your area and see what your total would be. And if you have a second, come back and tell me what your total was, because I love to show the totals all over the US. And honestly, with only spending $54, you got some wiggle room there in case you want to add some extra items, maybe include some fruit. The second link down below is to my website where you can download a PDF and print it out. It comes out to 4 pages, and it has the list as well as all of the different recipes. So now let's look at some meal prep options. Now lately, personally, I have been trying to save as much time later on by really utilizing the time that I have very well. So that can include pre-cutting, pre-cooking, really doing anything I can to make those meals even quicker on those busy nights, because sometimes you don't get home until super late and then boom, it's time for dinner. And when you have some things pre-prepped, dinner is like mega quick. So we are going to be using one of those big family packs of chicken breasts. And typically these have like 6 breasts in them. So I'm saying you're going to need 1 to 2 breasts left whole, 1 to 2 breasts sliced, kind of like chicken finger style, or you can like cut them into fourths and just kind of pound them thin. And then you're going to need 1 to 2 breasts that are diced, like, big chunks. Now, because we're doing simple and easy meals, the really only pre-cooking that we're going to do is if you wanted to, you could pre-cook the ground turkey, go ahead and drain off the grease, and then store it in your fridge or just throw it in the freezer. Super easy to bring it back to life. We are going to use little produce, so you could easily wash and cut your onions and peppers ahead of time. We'll need 1 onion that's fully diced, 1 onion that's sliced, and then 1 bell pepper that's diced. Super simple. You can do that on one of the nights that you have like an extra 10-15 minutes, and then you're ready to go. Now, the weather around here has been totally crazy where, we had high 90s for a couple weeks, and then it dropped down into the 70s, and now it's climbing back up into the high 80s. But I still kind of have that feeling for fall. So we're going to do some Canadian bacon grilled cheese sandwiches, and we're going to serve it with chunky tomato soup. Now, we are going to use some condensed tomato soup, and for some reason, it was cheaper to buy 2 of the cans, like the small cans, than it was to buy 1 of the big family size. You always got to keep an eye out for that. Now, what I like to do is I like to mix that condensed soup with 2 cans of Italian-style diced tomatoes. And that's just because I really love that whole basil-y kind of flavor there. But you could easily use just regular plain diced tomatoes and add your own favorite seasoning, whichever you want. I don't drain these because I use that juice instead of like the water or the milk that you would typically add to condensed soups. Now, we're going to use a loaf of the French bread. I like to go ahead and get it sliced. And I just feel like they're a little bit smaller than like sandwich bread, but I just feel like the taste is so much better. And if you've been around, I'm addicted to those. Now, I included butter or margarine on this to make grilled cheese like on the stove top. But personally, we typically make these in our George Foreman and we just skip the butter completely and it has more of like a panini feel. Now, if you're not a fan of Canadian bacon, you can easily swap that out. Turkey, chicken, ham, lunch meat, any of those are great options as well. Dinner number 2 is going to be a chorizo rice skillet. If you're not familiar with chorizo, you can get it in like beef, pork. I've even seen it like in a chicken or a turkey. So whichever one you want. Now, part of chorizo is that it already has a ton of seasoning inside of it. But depending on the brand, sometimes they're a little bit more greasy than others. So once you cook this off just like you would ground turkey or ground beef, and you notice that everything's all the way cooked, I want you to drain off some of your excess grease. Like I said, some of them have a lot of grease, some of them don't. But just remember that a lot of that flavor is in that, is already in there. So the more you drain off, the less flavor you may have. So you may have to adjust your seasonings just a little bit. Then we're going to add an onion and bell pepper, and we're going to use 1 can of drained corn. Now, I put on here that we're going to use 2 cups of rice simply because when I polled my audience, everybody cooks their rice slightly different. Some people use rice cookers. They do the minute rice in the microwave. So many options. You just want about 2 cups of cooked rice in here. And basically, we're going to mix everything together and then we're going to serve it hot. Now, this is one of those that I would definitely, if I had any leftover bread from the night before, I would serve it with a little bread on the side. But you can also add whatever else vegetables you like here. You can really get creative here. And this is just one of those super, super quick. I think it would take you total, if you depending on how you cook the rice, probably about 20-25 minutes to make this dish. Now, this meal is going to be very similar to like a hamburger gravy, except that we're going to use ground turkey just because it's a whole lot cheaper than ground beef these days. Now, my family used to call this SOS, but you may not know that terminology. But basically, we're going to cook off our ground turkey. We're going to add in some ground gravy mix and some water, as well as some onion. And we're going to make just this super nice hearty gravy, and we're going to serve it over mashed potatoes. It was cheaper to just go ahead and do a pack of instant mashed potatoes, but if you have some potatoes already at home, you could easily make your own mashed potatoes, and then we're going to have some frozen broccoli on the side. Now, one thing that I would do here is I would serve it bowl style, where you have your mashed potatoes, you have your turkey and gravy on top, and then you just put some broccoli on there. If you have picky eaters like I do, they're going to want it all separated out, and that's totally fine. You can totally serve this however you like. This is another great one with any of that leftover bread, because who doesn't like to soak their bread in gravy? Maybe it's just me. Meal number 4 is going to be Crockpot ranch chicken over stuffing and green beans. This is kind of the Crockpot version of one of my favorite oven-style casseroles. And I found that by doing it in the Crockpot, I can kind of keep everything separate, which is honestly the way that my kids would prefer. So, But basically, we're going to throw some of our chicken into a Crockpot with some ranch seasoning and some chicken broth. Once it's fully done, you're just going to either shred it or you can just leave it as like chunks. And then it has almost this like chicken pot pie feel, almost a little bit like Thanksgiving-y. I am all in the Thanksgiving mode. I can't wait for those flavors. And then it also makes that little gravy with the ranch seasoning and the chicken broth. So it's really nice and moist. And we're going to serve this on top of stuffing with a side of green beans. Now, of course, if your kids are picky, you can separate this out. I just, of course, love anything bowl style. Meal number 5 is going to be crispy air fryer chicken with my cheddar mac and cheese and sliced cucumbers. Now, I don't know about you, but shake and bake used to be really affordable, but last time I looked, it's mega expensive. So this is going to be kind of like a DIY version of some shake and bake. Now, the trick here is we're going to use a pack of this garlic parmesan wing mix. This is something typically you would do on like chicken wings, but we're going to do it on chicken breasts. Now, you can do this as where you slice the chicken breasts in half and then slice them in half again. Depending on how thick they are, you may want to pound them thin, or my family actually likes to do this more like chicken tenders. So we just take each breast and we slice it down and we get like 6-7 tenders per breast. And then you're going to take just like, a bag, and you can put your chicken in it. You can put the Parmesan seasoning in it and just shake it up until it's very well coated, and then put it in the air fryer. Now, if you don't want it super seasoned, you could always cut this with a little bit of breadcrumbs. You just want to play that by ear. Now, we're going to do what I call my cheater mac and cheese. This is just a quick concoction that I made for the times that my kids really wanted mac and cheese, but I didn't want to go through the whole process. And basically, you're going to cook your macaroni, you're going to drain it, and then we're just going to stir in some shredded cheese. Once that's fully melted, add in some milk and some butter, and it all comes together. Yes, it's not your typical mac and cheese where you start with a roux and all that, but you could if you wanted to. This is, like I said, my cheater quickie mac and cheese. Is it the best thing on the planet? No, but it is always a hit with my kids because it is so simple. Now we're going to serve this with some just super simple sliced cucumbers. If you had some ranch dressing, you could easily serve that on the side as well, which goes really good with the chicken if you want to dip it. So let's go to the next one. Now, I am a huge fan of Chinese takeout, but unfortunately, I live in a small town and we don't even have Chinese restaurants nearby anymore. So this is one of my favorites to make at home. It's a honey garlic chicken, and I would do this rice bowl style, but you could do this separately if you wanted to. But really, it's a super simple sauce that's going to include honey, soy sauce, and cloves. Now, I went conservative where we're just using a 1/4 cup of each. If you like a ton of sauce, you could easily add more. If you like very light sauce, you could easily add less. You're just going to play that by ear. Once again, we're going to need about 2 cups of cooked rice. You can cook that however you like. I did include some basic instructions if you're new to cooking rice on the stovetop. Now, we're going to use one of these 20-ounce bags of frozen stir-fry veggies. My local Walmart has 3 different versions. One is snap pea heavy, one is broccoli heavy, and there's another one that I can't remember what's in it, but this is a lot of vegetables. Like normally if you go to another store and you buy stir-fry vegetables, they're like 12 ounces. Sometimes you'll see them 14 ounces, but they include the sauce. This is 20 ounces of just vegetables. So it's a lot of vegetables and it goes really far. And I love these. I usually pick up 2 or 3 of them, always have them in my freezer. Now, like I mentioned, I have given you at least $5 in wiggle room, but in case you have a little bit more, I always like to serve my dinners with fruit. Not only does it make my kids more likely to eat everything on their plate, but I found personally it makes me feel more satisfied and it kind of curbs those sweet cravings for later on. Now, I'm still seeing berries, kiwis, mangoes, and watermelons, and of course, bananas at good prices. But because it's back to school season, I'm starting to see these little fruit cup packs that are on sale, on rollback, and it's because a lot of people pack these in lunches, but they are a great alternative if, say you don't want to chop up an entire pineapple or an entire watermelon. You can get these in mango and pineapple. There's a bunch of them. I usually go with the no sugar added in fruit juice, but there's tons of options there. So don't forget to add fruit if you have the ability in your budget. Now, don't forget to click on the link below to go to our website where you can download the free PDF. It includes the shopping list as well as all of the recipes. It prints in black and white. I've tried to make the text fairly big, and I made sure that if you do the little holes on the side, you're not, going to cut off any text. And this is week 70 of this meal series, and we're going to continue to do 6 dinner meals once a week, as well as a 3 mini meal a 3-dinner mini meal plan. Ooh, say that one fast, quick, once a week as well. So you're going to have lots of options. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. And please let me know if you have any requests for any future meal plans. Bye now.